Trigger warning. This entire episode discusses multiple forms of trauma, including sexual assault and mental health.
Welcome to UpodCAStorya 2.0, where we highlight the stories of the arts and sciences students and talk about arts and culture. UpodCASamon, istoryahanay kita.
Everyone has a story or an idea that could help other people, but some stories are too risky, painful, or controversial to tell.
UpodCAStorya 2.0 provides a safe space for students to tell their stories anonymously. Tonight, we will hear all about their learning and growth, the hard stories that created our worldview and made us who we are. Anonymous 1. In December of 2020, I was molested. In January 2021, I was almost raped. I told my family and they did nothing. Fear or shame, I do not know. Maybe they feared being shamed, especially since it was their own blood that did this to me. And his motive? He was missing my aunt, with whom he had an incestuous relationship, and she and I had a striking resemblance. Nobody took action, nobody stood up by my side, nor did they defend me. It was then that I learned to stand up for myself. I did something that drove my molester so far up the wall that he had to leave this city and was never heard from again.
We would like to honor our anonymous sender for being brave to stand up to share her story. And I know that this story is really sad and disturbing, and it's not always easy to know what to say when someone tells you that they've been sexually assaulted, especially if the abuser is a friend or a family member.
This is another proof na hindi talaga safe ang mundo for everyone, girl ka man or guy.
Now I just have to say this, that all men are trash, Not everyone will accept these arguments, but to the men who claim not to be trash and resent the generalization, I have a question for you guys. What are you doing to stop the men around you from trashing your reputation?
It's like, parang may mga enablers sila and gina-tolerate nila if they have a friend doing this.
Tama.
Unholy acts. And it's sad to think na marami pa rin ang nagbi-victim blaming. Girl, come on guys. It's 2022. Walang marirape.
If walang rapist.
Yeah, stop that trash mindset.
And hindi naman ginusto na ninyong mga babae na ma-rape or ma-harass, di ba? And of course, we live in a patriarchal society. And ako, as a man, I do believe that male privilege do exist.
Yes.
Like, for example, kaya kong maglakad na mag-isa sa gitna ng gabi without getting harassed or catcalled man lang, di ba?
Kasi kaming babae, kahit sobrang tirik ng araw, we still experience harassment. We still get catcalled.
Kahit sobrang balot pa kayo ng inyong mga damit or something.
Kaya nga, always remember na wala talaga sa pananamit, hubog ng katawan, kung maliwanag, madilim. It's not an invitation to harass and disrespect people.
And of course, it is also important to know that the movement against violence towards women is not about women putting men down. And you don't need to be a woman to be an ally. Actually, women don't need saviors.
Yes.
They need more men allies.
And sabi nga ni Sandra sa atin na, you are strong. Stand up, your own voice. And if no one is willing to offer you the justice you deserve, take it forcefully. There will come a time where you will have no one. So have faith, not in your family or your gods, but in yourself.
Anonymous 2. I failed my qualifying exam for a certain subject when I was in second year, going to third year. I have struggled so much since the changes due to the pandemic were still fresh. I have always been a hands-on learner, and suddenly, transferring to online and modular was a nightmare. I cried for days and was told to find another majors to transfer to. But my mom did not raise a quitter, and I loved my major too much to risk it all. I wrote a promissory letter to my professors and supervisors and prayed my heart out. I'm not gonna lie, I suffered about 2 weeks of not knowing if they would accept me back. But God is good. I was given another chance to take it during my third year qualifying exam. I took the exam again and passed. The two most important lessons I've learned during the time were, first, remember that many people struggled during that time, and you are not alone. Next is always return to the reason or drive that led you to choose that major. Words are powerful. When coupled with action, then you can either achieve success or a disaster.
Grabe, very
Grabe.
inspiring. Give
Yes,
na siya,
partner.
no, dear.
I agree with our anonymous sender number 2 that my mom also did not raise a quitter. Only a procrastinator.
Okay, same.
There's a
Same
major
parents.
difference. Diba? And also to the students who are struggling, man, right now. I think it's normal, of course, that
Yeah,
we are still
students,
adjusting.
and we're still humans. Especially nung pasagsagan, first time na
ng online classes.
nangangapa tayong
Oo.
lahat.
It's very, very draining. I mean, imagine, umupo ka sa harap ng iyong laptop for 2 to 4 hours and grabe yung eye contact because, of course, naka-on cam, lahat naka-on cam. Hindi kagaya nung sa classroom setup
Na
lang.
you have social interaction. Plus, parang ang hirap kasi wala kang social interaction. Plus, syempre, hindi naman lahat kayang matuto online. Kaya it's hard for everyone to adjust. And grabe, daw na-inspire ako na it's a reminder bala sa aton na if you had a chance na to take a risk, like to try this, try that, do it. Kasi like what happened to our sender, it turns out well, 'di ba? Like binigyan siya ng chance ng mga prof niya. Shout out sa mga prof niya kay
Yes, special shout out sa mga profs for giving her a second chance.
kasi syempre, parang
You deserve a star.
parang naniwala sila sa potential ni
Yes,
student.
of course, every student has a potential.
Always.
And of course, everyone deserves a second chance.
Yes.
Unless it's cheating. Ibang usapan na yan,
Yeah, iba na
partner,
yan,
di
girl.
ba?
Next episode.
No,
siguro
next
na.
episode.
And yun nga, parang always return to the reason that drive you to choose your course or ano man yan sa life mo na you're gonna ask yourself na, bakit ko pa ito ginagawa? Bakit ba ako nandito?
Yes.
And you're gonna be reminded na, okay, back on track ulit. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this.
Tama. And sabi nga ni anonymous sender that words really are powerful and coupled with action, then you can either achieve success or
Yes.
disaster.
Dapat hindi lang puro salita.
Dapat may gawa. Again, we would like to thank our anonymous senders for sharing with us their stories and also inspiring us with their lessons along the way. Stories that deserve to be heard from people who remain hidden.
Thank you also to all of our listeners, to our CASemanwas, and for supporting us, the UpodCAStorya 2.0.
To all our listeners, I leave this poem to you. A shoulder to cry on and ears that listen. A smile that will wipe away the tears that glisten. A long tight hug and a pat on the back. One wonders sometimes what it feels like to have something like that. The want to shout, the want to riot. A scream so loud in the form of the quiet. Listen to me and hear me out. Oh, what a relief to speak in a listening crowd. My fellow CASemanwas, always remember, you are not alone.
You are not alone.
May ginakabala ka, kabala, may ginapanomdom na madalong. Wala sang may maistorya, pamatyagan nga gaisanon. Kung amo sining ang imo nga nabatyagan, ari lang kami mamati sang imo nga istorya. Dali na CASemanwas, sulod na UpodCAStorya. Bisan ano kabulay, sang panahon ikaw man gihapon. Ang bida CASemanwas. Feeling lost, frustrated, or feel pressured, whatever you feel is valid. Don't forget, kung may ibubunot nga ipabutyag, remember that we are here, one tap away. Kung amo sining ang imo nga nabatyagan, ari lang kami mamatis ang imo nga istorya. Dali na CASemanwas, sulod na UpodCAStorya. Bisan ano kabudlay, sang panahon ikaw man gihapon. Ang bida CASemanwas. Dali na CASemanwas, sulod na UpodCAStorya. Bisan ano kabudlay, sa panahon ikaw man gihapon. Ikaw man gihapon, ikaw man gihapon. Ang bida CASemanwas. UpodCAStorya.